Hey guys, welcome back. So recently I was in Walmart and just kind of running some errands there, and I had been kind of wanting to go and specifically check out some of the new hard candy stuff, so I kind of worked my way over into the makeup section, you know how that goes, and I found a bunch of their new products, and then I went to another Walmart and found more of their new products. So I think all of these are all brand new, but some of them might just be new to me. But I know at least some of these are brand new products from their line. So yeah, I've just been kind of like trying them out for the last couple of days. So I'm gonna run through the different things that I got and give you some little mini reviews on each of the products. So yeah, let's jump into it. Okay, first I grabbed their new foundation. This is the Glamouflage Invisible Camouflage Foundation, and I got it in the lightest color, which is 930 Porcelain. They were out of the second lightest color in the range. Otherwise I would have gotten that one. I think that would have been a much better match for me because this is way too light. So the color is definitely a fail for me. But overall this foundation is just, it's a total fail for me personally. Now it does look like it's glass, but it's actually a plastic container, so that's nice. It does feel a little cheapy, but this is good for travel. You don't have to worry about breaking it. It does come with a pump, so I like that about it. But it just, I don't like the texture of this foundation. It reminds me of like the L'Oreal, whatever it was called, Invisible something or something Blur, the real liquidy one, or the Dior Nude Air foundation. It just feels kind of like liquidy and not nearly as liquidy as those. When you put it on, it looks more moussey, but when you start to rub it into your skin, it becomes more like that texture, that kind of slicky, silicone-y type feeling foundations. I don't like those. And they don't go on evenly, and they cling to all my dry patches and just, ugh, I just didn't like it. It says it absorbs oil, camouflages imperfections, and delivers a long-lasting velvet finish. I would say yes to the velvet finish. It was not long-lasting on me. It did not absorb the oil. Well, I didn't get super oily with this, so that's sort of okay, true, but I just didn't like the finish of this. I didn't like that it clung to my dry patches, it didn't go on evenly, it didn't really provide very good coverage, like I had to apply a lot of it, and then since it didn't match me, I looked real weird. So yeah, this is a really affordable foundation. I think it was like $7, so the price point is good, but I just don't like it. So if you like those other foundations, kind of the texture of those, you may like this. So, you know, it's definitely an affordable option. So I would say you might want to give it a try, but for me personally, I did not like it. Next, I got this Sheer Envy Eye Brightening Concealer. 10 beauty benefits in one. Reduces puffiness, diffuses shadows, softens wrinkles, evens skin tone, eliminates dark circles, blurs lines, brightens, conceals, corrects, lifts. And it has a brush applicator. I got it in 938 Radiance. The applicator on this reminds me of my beloved Maybelline Dream Lumi Concealer that I absolutely cannot live without. I love that concealer. So it has that kind of like brush tip applicator on it. This one in Radiance, I've actually never gotten the Dream Lumi in the Radiant color. I usually get that one in Ivory. But this one has, like, you can see it, it has kind of a salmon-y, peachy tone to it. So I've used this a few times now. I like this as a correcting concealer, as a first step before my other concealers. Because it does have that peachy tone to it, it does really help to kind of cancel out those sort of dark circles and those kind of purpley blue tones underneath your eyes. So I do actually like this. I would not use this as a standalone concealer. So I would say if you have dark circles like me, mine are, they're not awful, but I mean, they do need quite a bit of coverage to be covered. So this doesn't do that for me. I have to use this in conjunction with something else, but I don't think it's a bad concealer. And I believe it was $6 if it wasn't all annotated down below, but I think it was around $6. So I think this is pretty good. I don't think it's like a amazing, incredible, but it is a nice kind of correcting concealer to pair with other ones. As far as reduces puffiness, diffuses shadows, yes to the shadows. I didn't notice that it was, you know, really doing anything for the puffiness or softening wrinkles, but it didn't seem to like collect in fine lines or anything, but I don't have a ton of those. But I do like this. I think it's pretty good. And then I got another new concealer from them. This is the Glamouflage Light Blendable Concealer Duo. And I got this one in 755 Light. Can't remember how many different colors there were in this range. I want to say like maybe like 4 of them, but I got the second lightest color. So it comes with like 2 different sides on it, kind of a more salmony peachy toned corrector on one side and then the regular skin tone concealer on the other side. So the directions just basically say use the corrector first to kind of correct the blemishes or like cancel out that coloring that's going on there, and then you use the concealer shade on top of that and blend it over it. So I used this a couple of times. First off, I tried using it underneath my eyes. I wouldn't recommend it for that. Unless you like these kind of stick concealers under your eyes, I really don't like that kind of texture of concealer for covering my dark circles. But then I did try it on a blemish and it worked really well. You know, using this one first and then using this on top of it, it did seem to really cover well. So I would recommend this for blemishes. Or just, you know, redness or discoloration or something on your skin, but probably not for under eye circles unless you do like these kind of stick concealer type products for that area of your face. But I mean, they're blendable, they're creamy, they're pigmented, so I think it does deliver on what it claims. It doesn't, you know, specifically say anything about for under eye circles. The other concealer we just talked about, that one's more kind of directed towards that, but I think this one's good, especially for that specifically, for kind of discoloration, blemishes, those kinds of things. I do have a big blog post on all these products if you want to see more still shots, more swatches, things like that. I'll link that down below for you. And then I got a brow product. This is the Brows Now Fiberized Brow Gel and Brow Highlighter. This works pretty well. It kind of reminds me of the Benefit Gimme Brow in that it's kind of that almost like a tiny little mascara wand here that you just sort of paint on your brows, and it kind of gives them more oomph because it has those fibers in it and just gives them more color. But for me, this doesn't really work for me for 2 reasons. First off, this brow gel is kind of dark for being a light medium. You can see it. It doesn't look super dark in the swatch, but when I get it on my brows, especially if I get too much and it kind of goops a little bit, it looks really dark. So the coloring of it is a little bit off for me. I had to bring in some other products. I am wearing this on my brows today, along with the highlighter under my, like on my brow bone. But I had to bring in other things to make it work because it was looking a little strange. So it's a little dark, so that's why it's, you know, not a total win for me. But also, I'm not a huge fan of these kind of brow gels for my main brow product. Like the Gimme Brow is not my favorite. I like that for an easy brow day, but I feel like I need to bring in other products because it really doesn't give me a defined enough brow for what I like to go for. But if you like the Gimme Brow, I think you will like this. If the color will work for you, I think it'll work pretty well. And this is like $6 and you get the little bonus highlighter. So here's the highlighter there. It's just a really nice sheen to it. It's nice. I mean, so this product does work. It's just the color is the main reason that it's not really a win for me, that I probably won't get much use out of it. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a brow product that's really close to the Benefit Gimme Brow, you may really like this. And then I got a couple of lip products. These were both $5. One of them is a win, one of them is a fail for me. This is the fail. This is the All Glossed Up Hydrating Lip Stain, and I got it in the color 920 Perky. So I tried to wear this the other day. It's a nice little crayon, you know, like lip pencil, which I love. I think those are so easy to use. But I don't like this color. It's got glitter in it, like full-on glitter, which sometimes I'm okay with some shimmer, but this just looks kind of like cheapy and weird and kind of strange. And it's almost a little bit greasy in texture. I don't know, like it took some building up to really get some pigmentation other than that glitter. And it also has like a tingling, strange feeling on the lips. Like I couldn't really tell. Like I don't think it says anything about being plumping or anything. I mean, it just says All Glossed Up Hydrating Lip Stain. I don't know. It had a weird feeling on my lips that I wasn't a fan of. If I'd been prepared for that, if I knew it was like a plumping lip product, then I would have maybe known, but I don't know, something was a little weird about the way it felt on my lips. I didn't really like the glitter, and it didn't really stick around very long. For being a lip stain, it sort of just left a little bit of a ring around the outside and some of the glitter. It was just strange. So no, I wasn't a fan of that. But then this is what I'm wearing today. I do have it over a lip liner today, but I've worn it by itself and I really like this. This is the Fierce Effects Daring Lip Gloss, and this is in the color 963 Make Me Blush. They had some other colors. They had like the nude was out of stock, but they had like kind of a berry color. They had some really like out there colors, like I think a green and maybe a white, or I'm not sure. And I think these are supposed to have argan oil in them because it does feel pretty hydrating on the lips, and I mean, it's really opaque. You can see it really has a lot of pigmentation. It's comfortable on the lips. It's glossy. I really like this gloss. And I mean, I wish it was, I don't know, it's $5, which seems, I don't know, something about that seems a little bit high for me, that's not a high price. That's a good drugstore price, but I would love it if it was like $3 or $4. So maybe the price seems a little high for me for some reason. But I do really like the product, and so this is definitely a win. And then they had 3 of these new eyeshadow palettes, which are absolutely adorable. They had like a natural eyes, they had, I want to say like a party eyes or something like that, and then I got the smoky eyes one. So adorable. I love the packaging. You guys know that I'm a sucker for that. It does look a lot like something Too Faced would come out with, which is really fun because I love Too Faced stuff. Okay, so this is what it looks like. This little booklet right here is normally down there, but I'm trying to show you there's a mirror there, so I'm trying not to blind you. So it comes with the, I have no hands to show you, so I'm just gonna have to speak and you're gonna have to know what I'm talking about because I don't have any more hands. Okay, so it comes with an eye primer, comes with 9 eyeshadows, comes with your little you know, eye spongy thing, and then it comes with a liner, which is really nice. So it has a lot of stuff in here. This is $8, so I think a fair price for getting all that stuff. So you get a little booklet. I think this just has some like little eye ideas in here, that's always nice. That's very Too Faced, you know, that they do that kind of thing in their palettes too. So first off, the primer in here, I like this primer. I've been using it with these shadows and I think it works well. So I do really like this primer. The liner has been working pretty well. I've worn it a couple of days and I have not noticed a lot of smudging. So I'm actually really impressed. This says, Take Me Out Liner, which is cute. And it's just, you know, a black color. So I like the liner. Let me swatch the eyeshadows for you really quick. Okay, so here these are swatched. So this is the top row of the palette. This is the middle row, and this is the bottom row. So you can see, I mean, these are really pigmented. They're really beautiful shadows. I mean, they pack a punch, and I really like the collection of colors. It is missing a matte brow bone highlight and a good blending shade. So that's one thing I would change about it. I would add those in there. But I mean, I've gotten complete eye looks with this palette, you know, without bringing in other things. It would just be a little bit easier to get a complete eye look if those were included in the palette. But I am wearing these on my eyes today. They perform really nicely. They wear nicely. I mean, I've worn them every time with a primer, which I do really like. But I think this palette's really nice. I think for $8, you're getting a primer that works really well. You're getting 9 shadows that are nice. You're getting adorable packaging. And the liner is really pretty good too. So I like this little palette. I would say, you know, if you're looking for a fun little palette from the drugstore, I like it. I think it's really cute and works well. And then finally, my favorite new product that they came out with, these are their Ombre Baked Blushes. And these are so pretty and fun. This is $9.93 Sunburst, and this is $9.94 Punch. So you can see just how they look. This one's definitely the darker one of the two. But these are just really beautiful, glowy, kind of angelic looking blushes. So you have to be okay with that super glowy look. I'm wearing Punch on my cheeks today, and you can see, I mean, it's very, very glowy. So you have to be okay with that. And also, these kind of blushes can tend to kind of accentuate texture things going on with your skin. So just kind of know that about them, that if you get this kind of a blush, you may want to pair it with like a matte blush and kind of put more of the matte blush in this area, anywhere that you might have kind of problematic texture things going on, and maybe keep the glowy sort of blush a little bit higher on your cheekbones as more of a highlight. But you can see these kind of come with like multiple things going on here. So you've got the lighter side, the darker side, and then you can mix them all together. And I did notice when I was swatching these for my blog, they really don't swatch all that great. I don't know why. You kind of have to like build them up, especially Punch. But on the cheeks, they're really pigmented, and if anything, I have to be kind of like careful with them because they can tend to, you know, be a little overboard if I'm not easy with them. Okay, so this is the lighter side, this is the darker side, and then this is the mixed all together. Just really beautiful and glowy. I love these. I think that they are just so beautiful and feminine and sweet. Let me swatch. What is this one called? Punch for you. This one's definitely the lighter one. If I had to pick between the two, I would probably pick Sunburst. But this one's really pretty too. This one is really very, very, very glowy. This one could almost just be paired with other things as just only a pinky highlight. Okay, so there's the lightest color. There's the darker color. So, I mean, you can even see the darker color is not that dark and then mixed together. And I did notice the Punch one was the only one that they had in stock, so I wasn't able to compare it with other ones. But Sunburst, they had several of them. And I noticed, you know, it's kind of like almost that situation with like mineralized products that you can kind of look and see which one you want because they're not all exactly the same. Some of them might have a little bit more of the darker color, and some might have a little bit more of the lighter, whatever. So you can kind of look and pick and see. So maybe some of the other Punch blushes might have a little bit more of the dark side. I'm not sure. But anyway, I just love these. Did I already mention they're $7, but they are so pretty. I really, really enjoy these. All right, guys, that was my haul, little mini review on some of the new goodies from Hard Candy. So I hope that you really enjoyed this video, and I hope it was helpful for you. Ask me any questions you have down below about any of these products. I'm happy to answer those. Let me know some of your favorites from Hard Candy, or maybe some of these new products that you've tried out. I would love to know some of your favorites, because I really do feel like Hard Candy is a cute and kind of overlooked brand in the drugstore. It kind of reminds me of Too Faced in that it's sort of like vintagey and a little bit girly, and I think they do have some real gems in their line. So I would love to know some of your favorites. Let me know that down below. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next video.